It's a new day.
I'm Cedrick Lanier, man. A lot of people know me as Chevy Ced. I'm the owner of Heavy Traffic Enterprises, focus more so on media and management. I'm also co-owner with CJ the DJ of Heroics Music Group and Heroics Media Group. Right now, man, I'm in the process of trying to build up a network of podcasts. We got one podcast called Power Tripping. You can check it out on iTunes and on Stitcher Radio and all of that. It's currently, if I'm not mistaken, ranked, I think number 22 as the in the comedy section for the podcast and everything. So that's a pretty good thing. I started doing a podcast with a young lady named Aisha Monique called Pain of Purpose. We trying to, shed light on everybody's pain and how their pain gave them a purpose in life. I'm also working on two other podcasts, a sports podcast, and I'm also working on a podcast for mental health to help, black people. I also invest in a lot of different things, man. So if you want to try to get some money up, come talk to me. We'll talk about business and try to invest. To be all the way real with you, man, everybody know my affinity for music, but I'm really trying to get into the shit that people wouldn't even think would be jazz music. Like, I'm trying to learn about jazz. I want to try to bring back the culture that we as black people had during the Harlem Renaissance. Jazz was our shit in the 30s and 40s, and even before that, the 20s as well. I want to try to create a new jazz atmosphere eventually down the line for young black men and women to participate in, man. That's something that I really got a lot of interest in. I want to do that shit. Greatest thing that happened to me, man, was to be able to graduate from college and to watch everybody else graduate from college and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. And I was able to graduate from college with over $50,000 that I had done hustled up during my 4 years of college and be like, I got a plan. I'm gonna come back home and I'm gonna do something with it. My plan was to come home, man, and make it to where everybody can make money off of this entertainment thing. Like artists that I was working with, Reason, shout out to my man. And I was big into the music scene at the time when I graduated. When I first went off to school, I was rapping. The older I got, I wanted to get behind the scenes and do business. And like this dude here just had the talent that I had never seen before. And my plan was to be able to come home, to focus on music, to turn that music into a management company, and to take that management company and to turn that into a media company. And that's what I've done now. Took a little over 10 years, but shit is done. So that was the plan, and I knew that shit since I was a senior in high school. That's what I wanted to do. And it just made me feel like, man, everything that I had to been told as a youngster as far as black men not gonna be successful, like you gonna get locked up or you gonna get killed before you 21 and 25 and all type of shit like that. Like being able to be the first person in my family to actually walk across a college stage with a degree in his hand, that shit made me feel like I was the man. And I had a plan. I had a plan from the first day I went to college. Like, I stuck to that plan, and that made me into, the successful person I am now. Lil fuck y'all. That'll be my motherfucking name. Lil fuck everybody and everything. Just like that. That'll be my name. I really miss the era, man, of having a bad guy in rap. Like, I come from the 90s, man. Like, you always had a villain in rap, from NWA all the way up this recently is like 50 Cent. Like, you always had a villain, and rap needs a fucking villain right now, man. Rap need a villain. Ooh, shit, man. Grimiest thing I ever done, dog. When I was staying in Atlanta, man, I had a female that I was fucking with, and she was a gold digging ass bitch. And this was around the time when Michael Kors purses was real popular. Like, everybody wanted a Michael Kors purse around this time. And she was like, I want this Michael Kors purse. And I was like, well, I get it for you, but what you gonna do for me? She was like, whatever you want. So I went and bought the Michael Kors purse, went to Lenox Mall, went to some store, we got the Michael Kors purse, took her back, fucked her, did all type of nasty shit with her. That shit got finished, man. I took the person, took that shit back to the store and got my money back. That was super grimy. That was some grimy shit. That's easy as fuck. That's easy as fuck, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. Bria Miles. I like her, man. She dark skinned, and like I just love dark skinned women. Like it's something about a chocolate woman that just drive a motherfucker crazy. Sade Mings, if you don't know who she is, you need to Google her, cause like she is built perfectly, man, as far as the body wise and the way that it's just something about the way that her face and her body match each other. It's hard to explain, but if you see a picture of her, I guarantee you'll know what I'm talking about. And of course, the third one would be Miracle Watts. I seen her in person. Like a lot of these Instagram chicks, they fool you. They got these filters, they got this makeup shit. I seen Miracle Watts in person. Pretty as hell in the face, man, and she real cool. So that would be my 3. Number 1 rule in my life, man, is just treat everybody how you want to be treated, man. Like, I think that's the biggest problem with the world, man. There's too many fuck niggas doing fuck shit and people glorifying that shit. And the same shit that you glorify for this fuck nigga doing, if your homeboy or your family member did that shit, you would look at them in disgust. So I always felt like, since day one, man, my mom always instilled in me, whatever you do to somebody, if you can't take that shit being done to you, then you don't do that shit to them. So that's been my number 1 rule in life. And my number 1 rule in business, man, is always separate your personal shit and your business shit. You never let them two mix, man, because once you let your personal and your business shit mix, you're gonna catch an L. It's gonna either be a big L or a small L, but it's gonna be a L. Shit. All of my homeboys that I saw get locked up and that got killed, because I just felt like, man, coming from the environment I came from, man, like I never had a set plan in life as far as me wanting to do one particular thing, man. Like I didn't plan to go to college, none of that shit, but I was always the youngest person in the group of people I was with, and I watched a lot of good people make bad choices. And luckily for me, those people had my best interest in heart, so they was like, don't do this, don't follow this path and shit. And so it kind of steered me in the right direction to say I'm not going to be the same thing these people were. I'm not going to make the same mistakes. And that ended up shaping me to be the man I am now, because it made me more responsible. It made me more focus driven. You know what I mean? It shaped my ambition. Like, yeah, it'd be every homeboy that I lost through, whether it was through jail or whether it was through death. What's on my heart, man? It's been really bothering me, man, a lot that, like I mentioned earlier, man, it's just too much glorifying the pussy shit, man. It's like we watch people do all type of fuck shit because they're celebrities, or they famous, or they rich or whatever, and we give them a pass for that shit. And one person who really bothers the fuck out of me lately, and I'm gonna say this shit and I ain't gonna never speak on this nigga again, is Kanye West. Like, if Kanye West was a regular dude like me, or like, you know, you or any of your other viewers, man, like we would look at this nigga and be like, man, get your shit together. But this man do shit and people try to justify that shit. And, you know, that's just a small aspect of it. But just because somebody rich or just because somebody famous, it don't give them a pass for doing fuck shit. Like all this snitching shit, all this like just shit that you know that your parents grew up teaching you wasn't cool, man. Quit glorifying that shit, man, because just because this person rich or because this person famous, man, like I want to see everybody happy, don't get it twisted, but it's just too much fuckery going on in the world. And we especially as black men, like, man, we got to put our feet down on a lot of that shit, man. We have to be able to say like, look, this shit not gonna fly here. Like, this is not what we supposed to be doing as black men. Like, quit letting dudes dress up like women. Like, quit letting men, you know, abuse black women and talk down on them and all type of shit like that. Like, that shit not cool, man. Niggas is beating on black women, and black women are defending that shit, being like, oh, this nigga fine or this nigga got money, cause like we just gotta quit glorifying pussy shit, man. That shit really bothers me every fucking day of my life, cause I just see so much shit on the internet that people give props to niggas for doing that. If your homeboy or your cousin or your homegirl did that shit, you would look at them and be like, yeah, I can't fuck with you no more. But then because a celebrity or somebody famous or somebody rich do it, you like, hey, it's cool. It's cool because they doing it. Like, that shit really bothers me, man. That's what it is.